Today we're going to talk about hip mobility, hip movement, and potentially the limitations that you might have that are hindering your movement in your golf swing. So this all comes down to patterns. So some simple patterns that you might see is someone who slices, who are too fast or too dominant with their upper body. Someone who in theory falls back off the ball or loses their spine angle because of a lateral hip movement. Some people slide into their backswing and some people early extend. So we're going to work our way through those. A very simple or some simple movements you can work into a warm-up, or you can start to self-assess. Can you imagine your upper body and your lower body moving independently of one another? So I like to do this as a warm-up just to see, can I keep my chest nice and still without moving the golf club, and see, do I have the freedom to rotate my hips? Again, we see a lot of this in the studio, that when we get people into this position, they tend to be really lateral, or they tend to rotate, but favor the back or the trail foot you'll hear, not the lead foot able to rotate properly that way. Other people, it all moves together. That generally seems to be the pattern that will happen in the golf swing. So for you, I would like to start by just nice and simply moving my upper without my lower, and to see, can you move your lower without your upper? So a very easy way to explain this to someone is, can you in your golf swing get your pocket to move back and then your left pocket to move back? I don't really mind if it's tiny movement once you can do it. So even if it's that movement, if you're really struggling, you can get the club out front to give yourself a little bit of a stable feel that you can move your hips around. That's the first one. The second one, so pelvic movement. So we're always seeing, can we control the pelvis forward and back? This is really important in your golf movement, because when we're sequencing correctly, we're driving power up through the ground. If your pelvis moves nicely, your chances of propelling all that power to the golf club are massively heightened. If you can imagine pulling a handbrake up in a car during impact, some people have no movement in their pelvis. They will just stand up or they will fall back. It's a massive power leak, which is why the following videos are going to be really helpful for you to see, first of all, can you move your pelvis nice and freely, and can you move your lower independently of your upper, and your upper independently of your lower? So try those out, see how you're moving, watch the next few videos and see how you go.